Most men think their energy disappears after 60 because of age. But in my clinic, I see something very different. Two men walk into my office. Both are 72. One feels exhausted, low on confidence, and struggling with circulation. The other still wakes up energized, stays active, and enjoys a healthy, intimate life. The surprising difference between them is not genetics. Very often, it's their daily habits. And one of the simplest habits begins with something millions of men already drink every single morning: coffee. But here is what most people do not realize. Coffee by itself only stimulates your nervous system temporarily. However, when certain natural compounds are combined with it, something interesting happens inside the body. Circulation improves, blood vessels relax, hormonal signaling becomes more stable. And that can make a significant difference for men over 50. I'm Dr. Rebecca Stone, urologist, and today I want to show you 5 natural ingredients that some men quietly add to their morning coffee to support circulation, energy, and male vitality. These are not magic powders. They work by supporting the biological systems that naturally decline with age: blood flow, metabolism, hormonal balance. But before we begin, tell me something in the comments. How old are you and where are you watching from today? I read the comments and I always enjoy seeing where viewers around the world are learning about men's health. Now let's begin with the first ingredient. And most men already have it in their kitchen: cinnamon. At first glance, cinnamon seems like nothing more than a baking spice, but metabolically, it does something very important inside the body. After 50, many men develop unstable blood sugar levels, even if they are not diabetic. Blood sugar rises quickly after meals, then crashes. When that happens, men often experience mid-morning fatigue, mental fog, reduced stamina, irritability. This roller coaster effect drains energy throughout the day. Cinnamon helps smooth that curve. Its natural compounds improve insulin sensitivity, which allows the body to move glucose into cells more efficiently. That means fewer spikes and fewer crashes. But there is another reason cinnamon is interesting for men concerned about performance. It also supports the endothelium. The endothelium is the delicate inner lining of blood vessels. When this lining functions well, it produces nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the signal that tells blood vessels to relax and widen. And when arteries widen, circulation improves throughout the body, including the small vascular tissues responsible for male performance. Better blood flow means oxygen and nutrients reach tissues more efficiently. For many men, this translates to steadier energy and improved physical confidence. But moderation matters. Too much cinnamon can irritate the digestive system. A small pinch in coffee is usually enough. Now let's move to the second ingredient. This one surprises many men, because most people think of it as a dessert: cocoa. But I'm not talking about sugary chocolate bars. I mean pure, unsweetened cocoa powder. Real cocoa contains powerful plant compounds called flavonols. These compounds have been studied extensively for their effect on blood vessels. Flavonols stimulate the body to produce nitric oxide. And as we discussed earlier, nitric oxide is essential for healthy circulation. When nitric oxide levels rise, arteries relax, blood flows more easily. Oxygen delivery improves. For men over 50, this becomes extremely important because reduced nitric oxide production is one of the silent changes that occurs with aging. Blood vessels gradually become less flexible. Circulation becomes slower, and tissues that rely on strong blood flow begin to suffer, including those involved in erectile function. Cocoa flavonols help protect the endothelium from oxidative stress. They also help keep arteries flexible and responsive. Over time, that supports healthier vascular function. However, this only works when cocoa is minimally processed. Sugary chocolate candy usually contains very little of these beneficial compounds, but a small amount of unsweetened cocoa powder mixed into coffee can provide those flavonols naturally. Many men say the flavor is surprisingly good. It creates a rich, slightly bitter taste that pairs well with coffee, but circulation is only part of the vitality equation, because hormones also play a role. Which brings us to the third ingredient. And this one has been used for centuries: Maca root. High in the Andes Mountains, where harsh climates limit plant growth, Maca has been cultivated for thousands of years. Indigenous communities valued this root for one main reason: it helped support stamina, strength, and reproductive vitality. Modern science now classifies Maca as an adaptogen. Adaptogens help the body adapt to physical and emotional stress, but unlike stimulants, they do not force the body into overdrive. Instead, they support balance within the endocrine system. For men over 50, this becomes very important because hormonal signaling gradually changes with age. If testosterone production becomes less consistent, energy fluctuates, motivation declines. Maca appears to influence hormonal communication within the brain and endocrine glands. Several studies have shown improvements in libido and overall vitality among men who used Maca regularly. Participants often reported stronger sexual desire and greater daily energy. But the key point is this: Maca does not artificially spike testosterone. Instead, it helps the body regulate hormonal balance more efficiently. That subtle difference is important for long-term health. Many men notice that after several weeks of consistent use, they feel more resilient, more energized, more mentally focused. And because Maca powder mixes easily into warm drinks, coffee becomes an easy way to incorporate it into a daily routine. But there is another factor that men rarely consider when thinking about vitality: fuel. If your body needs the right kind of fuel to maintain energy and hormonal balance. And that brings us to ingredient number 4. One of the most misunderstood fats in the kitchen, coconut oil. But before I explain why coconut oil can change the way your body produces energy, there is one ingredient left that many urologists quietly recommend for circulation support. And it has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. The 4th ingredient that many men overlook is coconut oil. For decades, dietary fat was blamed for nearly every health problem. Many men were told to avoid fats completely, believing they were harmful to the heart and metabolism. But modern metabolic research has clarified something important. Not all fats behave the same way inside the body. Coconut oil contains a unique category of fats known as medium-chain triglycerides, often abbreviated as MCTs. These fats are metabolized very differently from the long-chain fats found in most cooking oils. When you consume MCT fats, they travel directly to the liver where they are rapidly converted into usable energy. This means the body can produce fuel quickly without triggering major blood sugar fluctuations. For men over 50, this matters more than most people realize. As metabolism changes with age, the body becomes less efficient at maintaining stable energy throughout the morning. Many men notice they feel strong for the first hour after coffee and then suddenly crash. That crash often comes from unstable blood sugar combined with poor metabolic fuel availability. MCT fats provide a steadier energy source. If instead of a short spike followed by fatigue, the body receives a smoother supply of metabolic fuel. But coconut oil also plays another interesting role. Hormones such as testosterone are built from cholesterol and fatty acids. That means the body requires adequate dietary fats to maintain normal hormone production pathways. When healthy fats are present in balanced amounts, endocrine signaling often becomes more stable. For men trying to maintain strength, motivation, and physical vitality after 50, this metabolic stability becomes extremely valuable. Many men also report that adding a small spoon of coconut oil to coffee creates a smoother texture and longer, lasting energy through the morning. But there is still one final ingredient we need to discuss. And this one has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years to support circulation and reduce inflammation: ginger. Ginger may look simple sitting in your kitchen cabinet, but its active compounds are remarkably powerful. The primary bioactive molecules in ginger are called gingerols. These compounds have strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Why does this matter for men over 50? Because chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the hidden processes that slowly damages blood vessels over time. When inflammation affects the vascular system, arteries become stiffer and less responsive. Circulation becomes less efficient. Oxygen delivery declines. And tissues that depend heavily on healthy blood flow begin to struggle. Reducing inflammation helps restore flexibility to the vascular system. Ginger helps support this process. By calming inflammatory pathways and protecting endothelial cells, if ginger can help blood vessels remain more flexible and responsive, flexible vessels allow blood to travel more easily throughout the body. And that includes the delicate vascular tissues involved in erectile performance. Some research also suggests ginger may support healthy testosterone levels by reducing oxidative stress in hormone-producing tissues. If instead of artificially stimulating hormone production, ginger appears to protect the biological environment where hormones are created. For many men, the result is steadier energy and improved physical resilience. Another interesting benefit of ginger is its effect on digestion. Healthy digestion determines how efficiently the body absorbs nutrients from food. When digestion improves, the body can extract more usable energy from what you consume, and that leads to more stable energy levels throughout the day. Now that we've discussed all 5 ingredients, let me show you how some men combine them into a simple daily routine. Start with 1 cup of freshly brewed black coffee. Avoid loading it with sugar or artificial creamers, which can spike blood sugar and cancel out many of the benefits. Next, add half a teaspoon of cinnamon. This helps support blood sugar stability and steady energy throughout the morning. Then add half a teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. This supports nitric oxide production and vascular function. After that, mix in half a teaspoon of Maca root powder. This helps support stamina, libido, and hormonal balance over time. Next, stir in 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. This provides fast metabolic fuel and supports hormone production pathways. Finally, add a small pinch of ginger powder. This supports circulation, digestion, and inflammation control. Stir or blend the mixture well so the ingredients combine smoothly. For most people, drinking this combination 4 to 5 days per week is enough to notice subtle changes. Many men report that within the first week they feel steadier morning energy. Within 2 weeks, circulation may begin to feel slightly improved. And after several weeks, some men notice stronger vitality and better overall stamina. But it's important to understand something clearly. This routine is not a medical treatment. It is simply a nutritional habit designed to support the biological systems that influence male vitality. After 50, the most common drivers of declining performance are not just testosterone levels. They include reduced circulation, unstable metabolism, and chronic inflammation. Supporting these systems consistently can make a meaningful difference over time. The good news is that small habits often produce the biggest long-term results. What you add to your morning routine can influence your circulation, energy stability, and metabolic health. Coffee does not have to be just a quick stimulant. With the right ingredients, it can become a daily tool that supports long-term vitality. Natural compounds like cinnamon, cocoa and maca, coconut oil, and ginger each support a different biological pathway. When used together thoughtfully, they may help promote better circulation, steadier energy, and improved overall performance. And remember this, turning 60 or even 70 does not mean the end of vitality. Many men remain active, confident, and strong well into later decades when they support their bodies with the right habits. Now I'm curious about you. Which ingredient surprised you the most today? And how old are you? Tell me in the comments along with the city or country you're watching from. I read the comments and I enjoy seeing where viewers are learning about men's health around the world. If you know a man over 50 who could benefit from this information, share this video with him. And subscribe for more science-based men's health insights that help you stay strong, energized, and confident at any age.